Tossing it over to Sports News now, here's Nyota Igbe.
Thank you, Martin. Welcome to Sports News. The former chairman of the Nigeria Football Association, retired Group Captain John Obakpolor, is concerned about the football clubs in the country. He believes they need to revive feeder teams to make their mark on the continent. So far on the continent in the CAF Confederations Cup, FC Fanyuba and Wiki Tourist have crashed out, while Enugu Rangers and Rivers United will later in the month battle for tickets to the group phase of the CAF Champions League.
Had a policy we stuck with, and that policy was that we were going to open up our league. Our league was to open up to professionalism, professional football. We said any team registering to participate must have a feeder team. It was a policy. Must have a feeder team. We maintained that one for 2 years. I know Iwanya who had a feeder team. All these other teams had feeder team. They were all there. The feeder team is you have the younger ones coming. You used to feed your this thing. It got to a stage when they jettisoned that policy. They were not, because the club didn't like it. It gave them extra expenditure. So they now said they want something to take it off. What do? We now had death of players in Nigerian football.
Barcelona FC's president has confirmed that the coach Luis Enrique will leave the Spanish champions at the end of the season when his contract expires. Luis Enrique made the announcement at a news conference after Barca thrashed Sporting Gijon 6-1 at the Nou Camp to move to the top of the league table. Barca won the treble in their first season under their former midfielder after he replaced Gerardo Martino in 2014 and followed it up with a double last season. And Pep Guardiola has paid tribute to the Barcelona coach after he made that announcement. Guardiola says he was a teammate of Enrique for 5 years and he believes it's a sad thing that he's about to leave, but he described him as one of the best trainers in the world. Novak Djokovic is through to the quarterfinals of the Mexican Open in Acapulco following a 3-set win over Juan Martín del Potro. Djokovic fought back from a break deficit in the deciding set to wear down his Argentinian opponent 4-6, 6-4, 6-4 in 2 hours and 38 minutes. Rafael Nadal has also advanced to the quarterfinals after he east-passed Italian Paolo Lorenzi 6-1, 6-1 in 66 minutes to keep his unbeaten record at the tournament. Up for him is Yoshihito Nishioka of Japan. Golden State Warriors forward Kevin Durant will miss at least 4 weeks with a sprained MCL and a bone bruise on his left leg. Durant suffered the injury in the first quarter of Tuesday's 112-108 loss to the Washington Wizards when his teammate Zaza Pachulia fell on his leg. He underwent an MRI on Tuesday night that revealed a grade 2 sprain on the knee and a bruised tibia that will sideline him indefinitely. And that's it on Sports News. The News at 10 will continue with the Marathi shortly.
Home of France's Conservative presidential candidate François Fillon has been raided by investigators as they continue investigation into an alleged fake job given to his wife. Now, much earlier today, the European Parliament stripped far-right leader Marine Le Pen of immunity from prosecution for posting 3 graphic images of IS killings in 2015, including the beheading of U.S. journalist James Foley.
The current decision by the European Parliament could indeed hurt her race to the Champs-Élysées, as opinion polls suggest she's on course to win the first round of elections in April. Following closely behind is centrist Emmanuel Macron, who is gaining ground and looks certain to beat her in the second round, scheduled for May. The vote on Thursday by the Parliament, by a large show of hands, confirmed the preliminary decision taken on Tuesday by the Legal Affairs Committee of the EU legislature. By lifting her immunity, the Parliament is allowing any eventual legal action against her. Le Pen has denounced the legal proceedings against her as political interference in the campaign and called for a moratorium on judicial investigations until the election period has passed. As for other opponents in the race, Emmanuel Macron promises to reform France's parliamentary rules forbidding lawmakers to employ relatives or close relations in response to the alleged financial fraud scandals affecting his other opponent, Francois Fillon. The former investment banker is running as an independent centrist and is almost certain to win in the runoff in May. As for Conservative candidate Francois Fillon, he will remain in the race despite a magistrate's intention to place him under formal investigation for alleged misuse of public funds. The statement came as opinion poll continued to show he would lose the election. The polls show independent centrist Emmanuel Macron consolidating his status as favorite and put far-right national leader Marine Le Pen also among the leading candidates.
Iraqi forces are winning the war against ISIS in Mosul, but the civilians are not. They've only just gotten a chance to leave. In a video posted recently, men, women and children can be seen fleeing with all their belongings, some even with their herds of animals. A few fleeing families were received by forces of Iraqi federal police stationed in the village. Islamic State militants are essentially under siege in western Mosul, along with an estimated 750,000 civilians, after they were forced out of the eastern part of the city in the first phase of an offensive that concluded last month after 100 days of fighting. And the main news again. President Muhammadu Buhari today had another phone conversation, this time with King Mohammed VI of Morocco. Both leaders agreed to deepen relations between their countries, just as the Moroccan king informed President Buhari of plans to have his country join the Economic Community of West African States. Also today, the acting president Yemi Osinbajo condemned corruption and described it as systemic and life-threatening. He also asked the international community to help repatriate Nigeria's stolen assets. That's News at 10 tonight. Thanks for watching. I am Amarachi Ubani. Good night.